So we don't often see her type around, and really on the continent, the African continent, she is one lady who is leading the pack in terms of pushing it out there to make a lot of women understand that, look, if you've done what you have to do and you've got the requisite qualifications, there is just no boundary to where you can think and what you can do. Smashing interview I have right now with the FA president of Sierra Leone. She's also the owner of FC Johansen. Even in Sierra Leone, she's a first publisher. She came out with the Rapture magazine. It's great to be here with Aisha Johansen, and we can do a lot of talk about what she's been into and where she's going to. Thank you very much, Aisha, for joining me.
Thank you so very much, George. Thank you.
It's really great to have you here. And I don't know, how do you feel when you look back at your successes already?
Proud, but very humbled at the same time, because, you know, with success and achievement, there's been a lot of trials, there have been a lot of challenges, and humiliation has come with that, you know, all sorts. So this is why I say that I feel very humbled, but my pride, or the pride that I feel, is also that of our women folk. You know, I feel proud for our women, of our women, because all my successes, my achievements, it's in honor, really, of our African women folk.
You see, just when you spoke, I had the ambulance in the back. The siren almost trying to say, yeah, you've done a lot. You've really done a lot, seriously. So let's talk about CAF, because that's where we start from. And I know you were so instrumental, even with how Kwesi Nyantakyi got to be elected onto the FIFA Executive Council, and also the real paradigm shift, you know, regime change at the top. Tell me, what will be happening with rebranding CAF, because you know that its reputation has been dealt so many blows? How are you, the new crop, going to try and rebrand this CAF?
Well, you know, this wind of change, if you listen to most of the interviews that the various presidents of the FA gave, and journalists were resounding that, and onlookers were resounding the key word, the operative word was change, and positive, meaningful change, not change because we all want to talk about change. My relationship with Kwesi goes way back, from my being the FA president or in CAF. It went as far back as the late Sly Tete, who was my mentor in football, and he introduced me to Kwesi, and organising youth international tournaments where Liberty professionals came and Ghana under-20 came to Sierra Leone. How are we going to use football to rebrand the continent? That's the big question. I, as Aisha Johansen, I think I'm living testimony how the continent and women have been rebranded, how our story, our narrative is being changed by my work and my commitment and my fervent belief that women can actually cross barriers. We can actually break boundaries. We can actually achieve in areas where people believe are not achievable. I think it is that same mindset that people like myself and Kwesi and Musability and Amaju Pinnick and all the other FA presidents who have and share the same mindset as us have, that through the power of football is such that it's second to none. And football, or sports, as much as it's a beautiful game, it also has a very dark and ugly side to it. Unfortunately, that dark, shady, ugly side has been allowed to take precedence, if you like, and it has overshadowed the good and the positive values that football or sports has. So it's about go back to the blackboard, see where we went wrong, how we as a continent, we as a people, how the sports has gone wrong, addressing these issues very honestly, being brutally honest with ourselves and working at it. I think that the media you guys, the young ones, and the veterans. You know, maybe you might say, okay, the veterans, they belong to the old school.
The old school.
But you guys, you have a vital, vital role to play. You say it as it is. You give constructive criticisms and opinions, and not a witch hunt or a personal vindictiveness. You actually should be, and we will encourage that you are part and parcel of this rebranding. I'm looking forward to the challenges, because there will be a lot of challenges, and I like that. I like doing what people think is impossible or cannot be attained. I like to engage in that. So if you ask me how you're going to do that, I can list down 1,000,001 things that I think, but I honestly do believe that we should now be sitting at the round table and seeing where it went wrong, where we have gone wrong. Again, as a nation, as a people, we're all the same, regardless of, you know, our territorial position, and start to address the issues now.
So, if you're still with us, we're here with Aisha Johansen. She is the FA president of Sierra Leone, also first publisher in Sierra Leone, coming up with the Rapture magazine. She's really done a lot, very, very active on CAF, even with FIFA, and it's great to be talking to her. But let me move you into, you know, Sierra Leone circles right now. Let's talk a little bit about Celestete. What kind of a job has he been doing for you?
Terrific job. He is our national team coach. In fact, I was hoping I would see him here today, but time may not permit me. Hopefully when I come back. Celestete came in at a very, very crucial time. Crucial because I'm sure you've been following. Our football fraternity has been in disarray for a very long time. I'm very happy to say that we are now starting to mend bridges, and maybe people started to realize that, you know, individual personal vendettas cannot help the nation, because it isn't all about one person. It's not Aisha, it's not X, it's not Y. We're talking about 7 million people. So I think slowly people have come to understand that in order to get to where other countries that we admire so much, the Ghanas, the Nigerias, the Ivory Coast, where they are, you have to be able to put your differences aside and actually look at the nation.
So let me, wait, I don't know how to ask this, but were you disappointed he was not appointed the coach of Ghana? Thinking back, I know, not trying to be selfish, but you think about it, you feel he should be the coach of Ghana, you know?
I'm very happy he's not the coach of Ghana, because
but you look at his credentials and you think about it again.
Quite honestly, I don't know the man himself, Sellers. If he's a very patriotic citizen,
Yes.
so if he went for the job, it means he wanted it. He gave it a shot. But he himself, I think, he's not so disturbed by it.
He didn't go for the job.
No. So that's it. I don't think. I think this man is an African patriot, full stop. So if he's in Sierra Leone, if he's in Nigeria, wherever he is, he will climatize and he will drive that country to the highest and to the next level.
As well. He's, great job
like I said, he's an African patriot. You know, I think Ghana, you guys are a shining example for all of us, and whoever has gotten the job, I think will do well for your country, and we will emulate you. So whether it was Sellers or whoever it is now, you know, I congratulate and I wish Ghana all the best.
Yeah, I know you've done a lot of work and you have a lot of power. Okay, I mean, I don't mean political power, but you have a lot of power inside you as you release it. What is the next level for Aisha Johansen? Because we know with you, the sky is the beginning point.
Yeah. I just want to continue inspiring women, especially African women and girls. I want to continue to inspire women globally, the Asian women, women who feel restrained or constrained in one way or the other, that they cannot achieve. it isn't an easy task. It isn't at all. And there have been times when it has crossed my mind that I've pushed myself and I've pushed the boundaries too far, and that maybe it's time for me to slow down or just quit. But I mean, that's just a second thought.
Yeah.
You know, I quickly snap out of that because it's not in my nature. I want to do well as a CAF executive member, the first elected female. There is a lot of pressure to see, can I deliver? What will I deliver? I'm looking forward to making that impact. It's 4 years.
Can I push you then? Ever cross your mind you want to be the CAF president? Because then you've done everything: first female FA, first female publisher, first female CAF executive, first female FIFA council, first female CAF president. Have you thought about that?
I think that if my work, my deeds merit me to be that.
So we need you to say.
If I merit it, why not? You know, you know, again, like with everything, awards, accolades, achievement, praises should be backed by real tangible deeds, and not because this is a woman who is striving hard, but this is a woman who is really gone, you know, raised the bar, and she qualifies for it. She's achieved XYZ performance, achievement, merits, you know. So if by the end of 4 years I merit that, there's credit, why not, you know? If not, I'll just continue doing my best and working harder.
Yeah. Well, I think we have power play here. It was a power play interview. I mean, all the power she's got. Aisha, thank you very much for joining us once again. It was so great. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you for sure. I love Ghana. I love being in this place. It's always like a second home. I think I was destined through the late Alhaji Sly Tete to be a part of this wonderful country of yours, and for you guys also to be a part of my life and my journey. So thank you. At any time, you're welcome to Sierra Leone.
That's right. So that's it. Of course, we've been enjoying that from Aisha Johansen. Everything there is to know really about her power on the African continent.
Thank you, George Adu Jr. Now, SP Kofi Sarpong and his management team called on former President Jerry John Rawlings ahead of the SP Kofi Sarpong concert to be held later this month. Now, the former president this time would not comment openly on national issues, but he did indicate his support for the concert. Doreen Avio has details of that meeting on Let's Talk Entertainment, which comes up right after this. At this point, I think it's time to draw the curtain. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Aisha Johansen.